We would like, if you have a property in a district, we'd like you to sign the petitions, definitely. If we'd like some of your money to help fund our fund, go ahead and write us a check. We'll take your money. We take pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. But that, I mean, talk to people in the historic district. It is dependent upon the individual homeowners in the historic district. Okay. All right.
Does anybody have any other questions about anything related to the ordinance?
Yes,
and then
sir.
we'll talk about the process.
No, I think they misspoke. I think in the heat of the passion, she didn't intentionally mean to lie to anyone. You know, they didn't intentionally mean to lie, but yeah, they did say we were going to get an automatic revote. We don't have that. This is what we have. This is what's approved. I mean, she's only one council person. It required a coalition of, you know, 8. They change ordinances every week. That's what they do. Her comment was that's what they do. Yes, sir?
The city council person that represents the Heights area, how did they vote?
They voted for the amendments and the ordinance. He voted for the ordinance. Go ahead. They have attempted to better define it in the ordinance or whatever, and we had this individual at 821 Columbia that's gone through it recently or whatever. But there is a provision in the deal. I can show it with you. It's very long and complicated or whatever to show the impact. It would take me all night to explain it to you, but I will explain it to you right after we break for questions, if that's all right. Okay. Yes. We talk to lawyers on a regular basis. We have another meeting tomorrow with someone who has better experience with defeating the city on ordinances, and I'll have to get back with you. There's not currently any pending individuals that are willing to file a lawsuit, honestly. Yes?
I don't want to make a big, long speech about my experience, but I just recently bought a house in the East Heights Historic District after living north of that. I'm a 6th generation Houstonian. My dad grew up in the Heights. I'm redoing this old house. It's ugly, very ugly house. And I had to go through this process, and I could have waited the 90 days, but I had to change my plans. And if anybody has any question about what that process was like and how much more money it cost me in architect fees and re-engineering, going back to the city and the architect meets, please ask me. If you're unsure, you're on the fence about this, I did not add on to my house. I am only remodeling it. Nothing is getting bigger at all, and I had to make changes, and it delayed me a while and cost me a lot of money. So if you're not sure about it and you want to know someone who just went through this, I'm not a developer, I'm a doctor, I'm from this area, I'm happy to talk to you about it. So.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you just a little statements. We have a block on the other blocks. We have these apartments, and they live some boards of paint, and I call townhomes. So each person in there is a homeowner. They're gated. You can't walk in, you can't get in. So we'll have to figure out a way to get to those people. Each one of those also is counted as a homeowner, right?
Each tract of land is counted as a homeowner, yes.
Well, what about if we get 16 people on this land?
Each tract of land on the HCAD map, and we have the map if you want a particular inquiry, we can show you how it works. But if there's an apartment complex that's a condominium, it only requires one signature of those condominium owners, according to the statute.
Okay. So
It only requires one owner of a tract. If there are 5 owners, I only need one owner of a tract. Lee? You want to go down the home value path?
well,
But the question is the impact of the new city ordinance on property values in the historic district. Okay. The historic districts that have gone through the development stages, there's no redevelopment Hawthorne, where the mayor lives, or in Shadow Lawn, or any of the larger neighborhoods, there's no impact at all, because they're done. In the neighborhoods that are still going through a redevelopment process, specifically the Heights, there definitely could be impact. What that impact, I don't know. Now, historically, I went back and I looked at values in Old Sixth Ward, because Old Sixth Ward is a protected district, and became a protected district in 2008. Old Sixth Ward was experiencing, 2007, okay. Old Sixth Ward was experiencing good appreciation in property values prior to that time. Since that time, I did a study looking at the number of the sales, using median sales, comparing Old Sixth Ward versus Houston Heights. Houston Heights addition, and that's in all of Houston Heights addition, with the exception, not including Woodland Heights and Stoops and things like that, just Houston Heights addition, but all of it. Houston Heights addition had a tremendous rate of appreciation. I can't remember exactly what the numbers was, but it just was a lot more than what Old Sixth Ward had done. I think Old Sixth Ward over the 5-year period or the 7-year period that I looked at was like 1.5%, 5%, and we were like 35%. But the big thing, the big difference that hit me was that in Old Sixth Ward, all of our inner loop neighborhoods, the majority of the value is in our land. I mean, some of our houses aren't worth a whole lot, even though they're comfortable and they've been modernized, but our value is in the land that our houses sit upon, okay? In Old Sixth Ward, there are several sales that document that there has been an approximately 40% drop in land value from pre-protected district to post-protected district. And that you can only infer, presume that that's caused by the added restrictions that are in place to redevelop that particular vacant land. So what it's going to do to us, I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. I would presume, based upon what happened in the past, that it is going to have an adverse effect because it's going to restrict the adaptability of all the older structures.
It can. Joe, you have a question?